Huddersfield, or 20 points behind Huddersfield last week, and they turned that around, and they have done it against St Helens back in September 2003, a 20-point comeback against the Saints then, and they won 30 points to 20, scoring 5 unanswered tries in the final quarter. It's going to have to be a big effort from Leeds to match that, to come up with that sort of turnaround here. And Saints will be looking to ram home their advantage early on in this second half, not to give the Rhinos a sniff of a chance. Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook for the Saints, who scored 4 first-half tries, and Lachlan Coote goaled them all, and they're away now with James Bentley, and Bentley breaking through. Had a big game last week against the Catalan Dragons, and that time he's penalised.
Well, that's a penalty in possession, that, isn't it, Bentley?
He's trapped him in. So when Bentley's trying to get up to play the ball, he wouldn't let the marker get set. You can see that he locks him in. The referee saying he's pulling him in, traps him with his leg and won't let him get up and set at marker.
Well, that seemed a bit pedantic from me by the referee, but what you've got from Saints is an ability to overwhelm teams with their pace, with their speed and their precision.
Rhys Evans is on for the Leeds Rhinos, making his debut. Only 2 championship appearances this year for Rhys Evans, both of those for the Bradford Bulls, and now he's out there for the Rhinos.
So it looks like Alex Mellor's gone off and Sutcliffe's gone into the back row with Rhys Evans in the centre.
That knee injury obviously proving too much for Mellor to continue.
Always happens at half-time when players sit down and the movement's not there.
This is an opportunity, though, for Leeds right at the start of the second half, and Saints have to be on their defensive guard, because here is Harry Newman, that's the 5th tackle, and Gale moving into position, barking out instructions and having players moving, and puts a little kick in, but it's not the best, and it's picked up by James Bentley.
Well, there's not enough on that kick at all from Gale. All the players were expecting it out wide. He just tries to dab it through, but just doesn't get behind the defensive line what he wanted, the sort of purchase on the kick.
Let's credit Kyle Amor, came out and put pressure again. The start of the second half, much like the start of the first half, put pressure, take time away from Luke Gale on last tackle.
Roby spins the ball out. Here is Kyle Amor. He missed the first 5 games of the season, but he's back in the side for these last 2. Once a Leeds player, albeit only briefly, made 3 appearances in Leeds colours. The Saints on the halfway line hoist that kick, and Hanley is underneath it, deputising at full-back.
It looked like a patient approach there from St Helens. They keep loading up on those short sides. They've got numbers on the open side, but at the last minute, late movement, they're trying to overload and make more attackers than defenders on those short sides. Watch out for that in the second half.
Cruz Leeming, Bentley. Tables turn there, because referee Chris Kendall called out that Leeming was trapping Bentley in that tackle. Here is Rhys Evans, once of the Warrington Wolves, made over 100 appearances for the Wire. Into the middle of the field with Oledzki, who plays the ball, and Callum McClelland, and they're running it on the last, and here is Hanley. Leeds maybe have got to be adventurous. They've got to try and break the Saints' stranglehold, and it might take something like that.
That's good play from the Rhinos, isn't it? Recognising that a player had shot the line to put pressure on the man who's kicking the ball, but then all of a sudden just recognising that you've got a player on the inside to tip it on that just goes through that gap.
Oh, Makinson has carved through. It needed a good tackle from Reece Martin to stop his progress.
He's got to be one of the best in the game for that, getting behind the play of the ball, looking at that space behind the 2 air defenders.
Kyle Amor once more, and Amor is able to offload, and quick hands from St Helens. Farge, the ball comes as far as Kevin Nagama. Nagama is tackled by Luke Gale, but Saints advancing as far as the Leeds 30-metre line, and Coote is able to hoist the kick, maybe not deep enough, and Briscoe watches them as Farge plays the ball, and it comes up. That was patient from Leeds and well watched, and it's Hanley in possession, and we can go down to the sidelines as the referee calls time off anyway to hear from Jenna Brooks.
Thanks, Bill. I mean, what do you say to your side when you're trailing 24-0? Well, Richard Agar said to stop the dumb errors, stop the dumb penalties, and they may get back into the game. Another injury for the Rhinos, though. Alex Mellor is done for the night with that knee injury. Christian Wolf, on the other hand, obviously very happy. He did admit a little bit of ill discipline, but they've defended their line really well. Morgan Knowles won't be back after he failed his HIA. I do have some good news for St Helens, though. I spoke to Mark Percival before kickoff, and as Brian mentioned at the start of our coverage, he does have a slight strain in the hamstring, but he's confident he'll be back for next Sunday's game against Wakefield, which of course is live on Sky Sports.
A home game for Saints, that against Trinity, and we'll have Mark Percival back, which is a bit harsh on Matty Costello. Such is the competition for places at Saints. No sign of Ashurst, for example.
Well, it keeps you on your toes, doesn't it? Keeps you on your toes. That's what you have to perform, because you've got players, whether they're young lads or senior players, just waiting in the wings for the opportunity.
Leeds on the halfway line, trailing 24-0. That's the 5th tackle. And Cruz Leeming appealing to the referee, but fell on deaf ears as Gale puts the kick in, and Grace fields the ball, and he'll feel a whole lot better having got that first try of the season in sparkling fashion.
They need to try and restrict some yardage here from Saints outside backs. See, they all get the time. Tommy Makinson just lining up on the left. Just look how he comes onto the ball. He's got footwork, he's got a handoff, gets up, trying to get that quick play of the ball. There's a bit of a flop from Cuthbertson on him. Look at the space there now.
Zebte has gone without it. Good defence from Leeds, and they'll try and counter now. And Briscoe will kick ahead.
That seemed...
Did he think we were still doing the free play?
It seemed a hopeful kick, didn't it? We mentioned the short side from St Helens. Roby jumped out. Zebte couldn't collect that pass. But the Rhinos just simply handed it back over, didn't they?
That was an opportunity for Leeds to make some ground in Saints territory. Saints turning the ball over, I think, in their own half. But Leeds couldn't capitalise, and now Saints, and Zebte holds on to it this time. Dwyer was down low, Leeming up top to complete the tackle. Then on the last, Lomax with a little kick into a bit of space, and Hanley comes across, goes to ground, and Coop makes sure he stays there.
It's impossible for him in the game today to do anything, Hanley. As soon as he catches the ball, I can't remember him having any time or space to get out of trouble. He's always under pressure from defenders.
Lomax and Roby too quickly off the blocks there, I think. So Leeds, a welcome penalty for them. Breeze blowing around Emerald Headingley Stadium, the sun behind the clouds. It's a cooler night now, but Saints have been running hot. Gale short pass, but Sutcliffe is mobbed by the Saints defenders. 2 tackles gone inside the St Helens half. Gale, dummy runner, finds Oledzki in the end. Named in the England night squad by Paul Anderson. Oledzki. Leeming's short ball. McClelland is hit as he gets the pass away, and there was a Saints hand in there. The referees wiped the tackle count clean.
Yeah, I think it was Kyle Aim on his 6 again here as well now.
Here is Pryor.
We haven't seen much from Cruz Leeming, have we? There's the hand in from Amor, number 9 for the Rhinos, notorious for jumping out.
They've got the tackles here, because that last one was the 0 tackle, so that's the first. Gale, Cuthbertson. Oh, the pass is stray, and Hanley has to retrieve it. And the Saints line is up quickly. Newman trying to wrestle his way through, but Amor makes sure he doesn't make any progress. Bentley in there as well, right in the face of Newman. The two young players just facing off. Leeds looking for a way through. Here's Reece Martin. Martin, short ball. Newman slips into the tackle. 4 tackles gone. He's taken a bit of a bang there as Harry Newman. McClelland on to Cameron Smith. No look pass from Smith to Pryor, but Pryor was greeted by Lou McCarthy-Scarsbrook. This is good defence from Saints. That's the 5th tackle. Leeming, will he fancy it himself? Ball over the top from Leeming, and Reece Martin has found a gap. Oh, and the pass from Martin couldn't find Luke Briscoe, and Richard Agar rues a missed opportunity for his side there.
It's been the final pass that's let him down on a number of occasions, isn't it? It shows good footwork to beat Costello, looking to get his centre or winger free, and Richard Agar knows you've got to take those opportunities.
It is easy sat here, isn't it? But he kept his width, Harry Newman. The space was wide open, and he was holding the ball, Reece Martin. He wanted the centre to pop into the gap, and they forced a mistake. LMS dropped the ball. Cruz Leeming. It was good defence from St Helens. He didn't look too troubled. Cuthbertson might have had an hand in there as well.
Not pleased, Louis. No, I think he's lost that as he's going the ground.
He might be right.
Pryor able to dab that ball backwards to Leeming, but then Leeming is brought down. That's another penalty. That's a clear ball steal, says Chris Kendall. Saints conceding back-to-back penalties.
Well, you need to start giving penalties away when you feel under pressure and you're trying to stop the players, and Cruz Leeming gets the offload from Matt Pryor. He's looking to offload Matt Pryor every time he gets the ball. Here he goes again at the line.
Well, this is a great opportunity for Leeds to break their duck here. Pryor plays the ball. Leeming. Cuthbertson on. Reece Martin bursting onto the pass, but good defence from the Saints on their own try line. Leeming's pass away to Callum McClellan. McClellan trying to take him on himself. That's the 3rd tackle. Coote marshalling his resources. Cruz Leeming spins the pass away to Gale. Gale adjusts, then finds Hanley. Hanley goes back across the field in the opposite direction and runs into the grip of Roby. Not many escape that. Here is Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson's short ball, and Bentley looking like a warrior. The strapping coming off his forehead makes the tackle. Leeming, little kick from Leeming, and Leeming will chase his own kick and very nearly get there. Tommy Makinson hurt in the process. Farge tangling with him.
There's a penalty here.
It was Pryor getting a hold of Theo Farge and denying him the opportunity to get hold of the ball.
Well, full credit to St Helens under that period of pressure. A huge amount of work to be done defensively. They stand tall, stand strong. He'd be delighted with that, Christian Wolf.
You've got to take pride in your defensive line, haven't you? And that's what Saints have got in this. And Christian Wolf, when he came in, did an awful lot of work defensively with the players during the pre-season. Offensively, they've shown up well in both games that they've played since coming back from lockdown.
Nagama now then for the Saints, who withstand that spell of Leeds pressure, and that was probably the most concerted pressure on the Saints line in the course of the whole game.
Agreed, Bill, agreed, and they couldn't do much with it, the Rhinos. A stiff red and white wall in front of them.
Another dominant display from the Saints so far. Roby, the old stager, 34 years of age. He needs just 2 tries for 100 in Super League for St Helens, and this is his 499th career appearance. Lomax to Zebtea now. Oh, tried an audacious offload, but it's Leeds who come up with it with Harry Newman, and Newman keeps it alive. And Leeds will try and counter now with Sutcliffe.
Well, Zebtea just trying to offload to James Roby, who come up hard on his shoulder. He knows exactly what his teammate can do. He's been in brilliant form for me, Zebtea, this year.
Another 6. The hooter sounds. Another infringement by Saints in the ruck, and Leeds have 6 again. Here is Rhys Evans. Still 24-0. Now here's Hanley, and Hanley has found a little gap. He's got support from Gale, but the pass goes astray, and Gale just couldn't take it, and Saints will counter with Roby.
Again, credit St Helens. I think it's Tommy Makinson who puts himself in between Hanley and the supporting scrum half Luke Gale. He just makes that pass too difficult.
But that's maybe going to give Leeds a bit of hope. They've found a way through there. They've managed to expose the Saints defence for the first time. Zebtea once more. This time decides to keep a hold of the ball. Aaron Smith is on for the visitors. And here's Theo Farge. 40 metres out. Lomax, the one-club man. Bentley, championship young player of 2017 he was when he was with the Bradford Bulls, and he's grown into a very versatile player is James Bentley, one who was on a few clubs' radar, but Saints have tied him up to a new deal. The kick finds Makinson. Oh, that was nice work. Outside of the boot from Makinson. Saints will get it back. Ricocheted off a Leeds hand. And the pressure coming on the Leeds defence. We're going to get the first points of the second half here now, because Saints are pressing. Look at that. Round the corner. He's got great footballing skills as Tommy Makinson. Here is Farge. Farge trying to weave his way through. Pryor makes the tackle. Aaron Smith. Smith for Kyle Amor. Amor wants to get on the score sheet as well. Graham has. Wormsley has. Kyle Amor would like to join them. Here is Lomax. Zebtea just short of the line. He's held up, says the referee.
Well, that's good defence from the Rhinos. I think first of all was it Cameron Smith who just gets hold of Zebtea as he's trying to spin over a line, and if Saints look to shift it right here, Alex Sutcliffe is really struggling out wide there, standing in the centre position.
Just to make things harder for Leeds, they've thrown Alex Wormsley back out there to drive a few more holes into the Leeds defence, but Farge this time goes wide. They go wide. Oh, Grace, what a finish!
He's got it, you know.
Has he got that down? He reckons he has. Makinson-esque from the other St Helens wing.
He's got it. He's got it. It's given us a try from Chris Kendall, an acrobatic dive.
Yeah, I don't see a problem in this.
Has the ball out in front of him. Oh, beautiful.
What a finish. We saw a spectacular one from Tom Johnson for the Wakefield Trinity side. We've seen another one from Regan Grace. Whoa. Waits so long for his first try, and then he gets a couple of spectacular ones. Doesn't do things by halves, this guy.
Oh, he's a class player, isn't he? Whenever he gets his ball, whenever he gets the ball in the hand, he just, you sit on the edge of your seat, you're looking at what he's going to come up with. And like I said before, Tom Johnson scored a corker before, and Luke Briscoe tries absolutely everything to prevent him from scoring. But the acrobatic finish, and the Saints fans, look at that.
Look at the dog. The dog enjoyed it as well. Excellent.
Now they're excited, Bill.
And Coots, 4 from 4, but they've all been pretty much gimmies for the Saints goal kicker. This is going to test him way out wide, as you saw from that Grace finish. There wasn't anywhere else for him to go. Can Coots improve it? Oh, what a kick. What a kick from Coot, the fullback.
Well, this try is all the more impressive when you think that only a matter of minutes ago they defended set of 6, they had 6 again, they had penalties, they had goal line dropouts. And Christian Wolff, he knows that's a quality finish off the back of an extended period of pressure defensively.
And Richard Agar must think, what can you do faced with a finishing a finisher like that, but you've got them on both wings. Makinson would have been proud of that one.
They've got players across the board. It's speed out wide who get them going forward. You've got forwards who've got good footwork and nice and direct. You've got people who go behind dummy half that go on a quick play of the ball, that create problems for the defenders around the centre of the field.
I think it starts with that straight, direct approach. You see Alex Walmsley here. He knows who he's running at. He's met well, and a good tackle and a good contest there. Alex Sutcliffe, as we've talked about, playing in the second row now, can play centre or second row, but they've earned the right to just test the edges now.
Coming up to the hour mark, St Helens ahead by 30 points to 0. Just that try from Grace in the second half to show for their efforts. But Leeds, no sign of a comeback on the scale of the one they came up with last week against the Huddersfield Giants. Hanley fields that kick and runs into the clutches of Amor, Aaron Smith and Lou McCarthy-Scarsbrook.
It's good urgency from Saints. Again, just look at the work that they're doing. They're not letting the Leeds player get to ground. They're trying to, first of all, catch him, hold him up before taking him to ground.
Tom Briscoe now. It's unquestionable that Leeds are missing Myler, Louis,
Conrad
Hurrell. Their absence is being felt here.
And James Donaldson as well. He adds so much to the side. There's a lot of the things that people really don't notice. The pressure that he puts on kickers, the work he does from marker. I think Conrad Hurrell and Louis.
Ooh, Gale cocked a shot there as he got the pass away, and he gets back to his feet.
Well, the referee looked at it, but he said, no, that's not a penalty.
Here he is. And a kick cross fields and straight into the arms of Grace, and that is not good news. Fortunately, they closed him down quickly.
If you come up with like an attacking kick like that, you've got to challenge for it. You can't sit back and let Regan Grace get it. See there, he's just taken out by Coop.
Oh, he must have run from 15 metres away there. Meets it at full pace, Tommy Makinson. That's why he breaks tackles. Defenders, he frightens them with the pace that he meets the ball. As soon as he catches it, he's at full tilt.
Walmsley almost at full tilt as he reaches the halfway line. Pryor sticking to his guns and making the tackle. Kick downfield into the hands of Ash Hanley.
Good strength from Ash Hanley. But Leeds find themselves where they are now is because the work from the outside backs from Saints to get him out of trouble.
Briscoe finds Briscoe. Luke it was to Tom. Plays the ball. Gale. There's a lot of pressure on Luke Gale, really, isn't there? To captain the side. He's the senior pro. He
wants that pressure, though. Yeah. He wants that responsibility, and it will free Callum McClelland up.
But Leeming with a run, and then Reece Martin cutting back in field where Leeming had come from. There is Luke Gale. Cameron Smith, Aaron Smith making the tackle. James Graham back out there. That's on the last. Ooh. Briscoe's kick ricochets off Reece Martin. The referee says it was a knock-on from Reece Martin. I thought he hit him on the head for a moment.
Yeah. Well, it was good pressure, wasn't it, from Zeb Taylor? He hits the standoff Callum McLennan just as he passes that ball.
It's the head of James Graham, I think. Saints ball anyway. And Grace trying to bring the ball away. I said Leeds have got Wigan up next. I think Wigan have hit the road now.
Yeah, they've gone now.
We've seen enough. And they'll be wondering whether Leeds will have those players back in time for that match. St Helens up against Wakefield, who'll be feeling really hard done by because they gave Wigan a run for their money, and they could have snatched that game.
Yeah, missed a couple of opportunities in that game, didn't they, Wakefield? Chris Chester disappointed. And Saints will be disappointed here. Forward pass from the dummy half. Smith. You can just see that he doesn't time that run, Alex Walmsley. He does like to get over the yard line. Comes from deep, tries to get up to full speed when he's running onto that ball.
Cameron Smith, the man down with a touch of cramp. It's the second game back for these guys after a long layoff.
He's played at some decent speed, isn't it, the game? The games that we've watched since coming back. It seems a much quicker rugby league game that we're watching.
Well, no scrums. 6 to go rule. It doesn't make it a very slow game, does it? Not a lot of time for a breather these days. McClellan, little stepping run from Callum McLennan. That's the third tackle. And they're within sight of that Saints line. Can they find a way through? See you, Manafanai now. Graham makes the tackle. But they're sniping now. Gale's short ball, that's good defence. Nagama very quickly up on Sutcliffe. Leeming has a last. It's on the last. Has a look, Leeming. And then a little kick from McLennan, but nobody on the same wavelength. And Regan Grace will fancy another run at the Leeds line. He will get another run at the Leeds line. And again, he will leave them trailing in his wake. They're trying to close him down. They won't do that. He has gone the length of the pitch once again. He's got another try, his third of the game. And they have all been absolutely sensational. And the coach is all smiles because his Welsh wing wonder has come up with the goods once again. He has left Leeds on their knees.
Well, just some speed this Saints team have got across the board. And when he gets the ball, well, they're defending the line, and they're one of those that can transition from defending to automatically switching on when this kick goes through to looking up and trying to find that space. And you could just see that the gap was presented. Matt Pryor was just having a bit of a minute, sat in a pocket in the middle of the field instead of just plugging the gap and moving up. And soon as he spots that, he's looking for those bigger defenders. Regan Grace around the middle. Who's he going to attack? Where's the space going to come through?
Well, that is a try from the top draw, that. And bear with me here, cast your mind back. 1997, Paul Sterling scored a similar try against the Adelaide Rams on the other side of the field. Yeah. And it's widely regarded as one of the best tries, if not the best try of the summer era. I know it's St Helens, but that is a thing of beauty. 101 metres. He has some players to beat. As soon as he puts the ball in his left arm, you know he's going to back himself. Look at the stride, and there are two fast players in the blue shirts of the Leeds Rhinos. They can't get anywhere near him. What a player he is.
He's phenomenal, isn't he? Phenomenal, Regan Grace.
The Wolf is smiling. The Saints fans are smiling. Regan Grace celebrating his second hat-trick of his career. The other one was against Wigan back in 2019. And what a return to scoring from Grace, who, as we'd said, had not scored prior to this game. Hadn't scored since last September, in actual fact. And then he's come up with 3 absolute pearlers.
They were really disappointed, Leeds Rhinos, going into this game after the fabulous comeback last week against the Giants and just clinching it in extra time, and then to come out at home and concede 36 points and not really trouble the Saints side. That's what will hurt Richard Agar.
Still 14 minutes to go. Saints' biggest Super League win over Leeds was in May 1999 when they beat them 62-18 at Knowsley Road. And a certain Sean Long scored 22 points with 2 tries and 7 goals. Oof. Hanley manages to keep a hold of that.
Did well then to regather that. It looked like he was going to drop it.
Oh, this is...
It's cruel.
It's cruel. They're taking everything away from Leeds Rhinos there. Nguama, good kick chase, and Shanley isn't a player that loses possession, and because he's under the threat of a tackle of Nguama, he almost drops it, and then they're taking metres away in defence. It's a tremendous display, isn't it?
Sutcliffe needing some attention from the medical team for a bang on the, as you can see, on the back of the head.
It's there, the collision with Alex Walmsley, the destructive Alex Walmsley. And as soon as the doctor and physio come on to have a little look at Sutcliffe, everyone's on. All the water carriers are on for both sides. It's been played at a really high speed. It's been draining.
Well, poor Alex Sutcliffe, he gets pushed in the chest, he gets pushed into the air, slammed onto the ground, and then he ends up just catching a knee from Big Al as he's trying to regain and regather his feet.
We're leaving the field. Sutcliffe, he's been in the wars, he's hurt his right ankle. Took a few bangs, especially that one off Alex Walmsley. And Leeds Rhinos brings Cuthbertson back on.
Referee Chris Kendall ready to resume proceedings with St Helens 36-0 up, and they've demonstrated all aspects of it. We've had the bulldozing approach from Walmsley and Graham, the no-nonsense, no frills. They've got tries, and then you've got Grace, and Grace by name, and Grace by the way has finished those tries. Absolute graceful speed, wonderful to watch.
Absolutely. It's a good team, this St Helens side, and will push everybody around them really close. But as we approach the 68th minute now, everybody that has a concern for the Leeds Rhinos is looking at the other side of the scoreboard. Leeds Rhinos and St Helens looking at that knot. Saints will want to keep it that way, and the Leeds side will want to make sure they go home with at least one try.
But it's Saints who are doing the attacking at the moment, and Walmsley once more drives the ball in. Siu Manafanai meets his challenge. Aaron Smith was trying to poach one there maybe, but the door shuts in his face. Siu Manafanai and Pryor doing the tackling. Leeds right on their own try line. Walmsley trying to pinch a second.
No, you don't.
But Siu Manafanai is not a pushover. Theophage, so they go wide. Coop with a little kick, and Leeds are going to have to concede the goal line dropout. Cameron Smith, beg your pardon, Luke Briscoe coming to the rescue there.
Nice little touch again. When the ball goes out, just puts the ball onto the boot. Lachlan Coote's such a clever player. He's sweeping attacking lines at the back, and if there's nothing on, he knows about just dabbing it through. Get another set of 6, and Leeds Rhinos go short here. They've got it.
And they've broken, and can they avoid being nilled at home for the first time ever in Super League? That is hard to believe, but they've never been nilled at home in the Super League competition.
Well, they're going to have to take chances, aren't they? And that was one of them. A short drop out. They've regathered. What can they do with this possession?
That's an incentive for them, isn't it? I'm not sure that anybody will get that message out to them that they have to avoid that fate. But they've got 10 minutes just over to do that, thanks to Ian Proctor, who is with us in this socially distant broadcasting that we're bringing you. As Cuthbertson plays the ball, Gale trying to conjure something up, Hanley likewise. So Leeds at 10 metres or so out, well less now, as they come across the field. Newman skipping infield, was trying to get the pass away. It was on the last.
Too good, aren't they, St Helens, in attack and defence. Richard Agart, well, when he looks at this game again, he'll know just what a quality side St Helens are. The man playing the ball, I know we've got a few candidates for the man of the match, but the technician that is Lachlan Coote has been involved in everything. A real calming, steadying influence on everything that Saints have done this evening.
It's some transformation, this, for Saints, because they lost 3 of their opening 5 rounds. They lost the 2 going into lockdown, in actual fact. And if you cast your mind back to March the 15th, they looked distinctly off colour against the Castleford Tigers.
Their attack, Bill, it looked poor, didn't it, at the start of the year? Obviously, with them losses, not posting enough points. Well, what is it in the last 2 games? Have they scored something like 70 points up to this point and only conceded 1 try? That's why the champions, the little efforts that they've been doing during this game and the previous game.
It's been really frustrating for Leeds, because they have tried, but they have run into a rock-solid Saints defence.
It just doesn't look like there's a weakness in the Saints side at the minute. I say that you've got to communicate. Good teams communicate defensively, and when you're defending champions, everyone wants to beat you, and you've got to be switched on every time you go onto the field.
Luke Briscoe still on his haunches after playing that ball. Here is brother Tom. First appearance of the season for him. First appearance for 12 months for Tom Briscoe. He'll be relieved to get through the game. Leeming. Gale. Cameron Smith is driven back in the tackle. Gale, big kick from him. The breeze is blowing now, but Makinson judged that one perfectly, just stepping backwards as the ball threatened to dip over his shoulder. And then Makinson comes across the field and gives it to Grace, and Grace, nowhere for him to go on this occasion.
We're still looking to attack from anywhere, Saints, just getting behind the ball. Again, you look at them congregate around the ball, all of them, whether they play short with your little tip-ons or whether they just keep trying to punch holes through the middle with their outside backs. It gets to the 3rd and 4th play, they all start fanning out then into that attacking shape.
And that's from a standing start from Alex Walmsley.
Walmsley's on the charge. Walmsley is on the charge. Hanley between him. He gives the pass to Farge, and Farge will get the try, but Walmsley created that with a storming run again, and Walmsley, they are all smiles. He can bulldoze his way through, and then he has still the skill to present the pass to Theo Farge for his 2nd try of the season. He could have gone all the way there. He could have just trampled over poor Ash Hanley. Instead, he gave it to Farge.
Bill, he didn't want to take a step further than he had to, but the way he summed this situation up, delivered the pass to the supporting player. I cannot tell you how difficult that skill is, and he makes it look simple.
Just a big play from a big man, isn't it? Do you know what? Who just says that Alex Walmsley is a battering ram? And I tell you what do you think Ash Hanley's thinking at that point when he breaks through the line?
Run away.
He's thinking, pass it, please pass it.
Like a galloping giraffe, Big Al. I'm a little bit worried about the family in the left-hand corner. I'm a little bit worried about the gentleman aging in years with the glasses there. Needs to have a glass of water and just calm down a little bit.
I think the dog needs to calm down a little bit.
He's going to do himself an injury.
6 from 6 from Coote. He's kicked him from all over the place. This one bang in front of the posts. 7 from 7 for him, and virtually doubles his tally for the season in this game.
Great piece of play from St Helens, but yet again, if you're going to be critical of the Rhinos, soft around the middle. He shrugs off players. Brad Dwyer, obviously there's a mismatch in size, but Brad Dwyer 9 times out of 10 would just chop his legs, tackle him round the midsection, but he doesn't. He goes up high, and Big Al, well, he's better than that, shrugs him off, delivers a pass, and it's a top-class try.
Theo Farge getting his 2nd try of the season. He's had to wait a while. He got his first in round 1 against Salford, but courtesy of that barnstorming run. Running out of adjectives for Alex Walmsley. Barnstorming, rumbustious.
He just gets better and better for me, Alex Walmsley.
He's having a breather.
Resting, that's a new adjective.
Yes.
Tired.
Offload to Fage. Nagama. Rhys Evans just managing to delay his progress. Leeds on the way to being nilled for the first time at home in Super League. Referee says play on. Leeds appealing for an obstruction by the visitors there. And looking for the hooter, really, because the punishment is relentless from this St Helens side.
You say that though, Bill, but I keep looking to the left side of that scoreboard there, that nil. And the players to our right, as we're watching, the home side, they should be looking at that 0 as well. It's not going to affect the result.
Luke Briscoe, scorer of a crucial try against the Giants last week. In that remarkable turnaround, that great comeback. And Leeds fans will have been hoping at the start of this second half that their side could conjure up something like that. But it's never looked remotely possible, really.
It wasn't going to happen 2 weeks in a row, was it? I just think they've been outplayed from start to finish in this game. Obviously, the scoreboard says that as well.
Reece Martin, little kick ahead. Graham leaves it for Grace. Grace is closed down by Harry Newman. Difficult one to pick. Man of the match choice here. There have been so many great performances.
Yeah, there has. The forwards. Alex Walmsley, it says probably him and Zeb Taylor, the picks of the forwards.
This man.
Coop have been good. Tommy Makerton always is. Good look at that, the offload. Johnny Lomax controls everything. Regan Grace.
Bentley rides the challenge. James Bentley, 22 years of age, really feisty competitor. Aaron Smith. Matty Lees back in action. He'll be glad to get the game under his belt. And here's Fage now. Fage, a little dummy from the French international, but Siou Manafani didn't fall for it. But they've got the numbers on this side, and Coote might fancy a try as well as all the goals. But that's the turnover that was on the last tackle.
Well, Ash Hanley aware of the danger from the opposite man he's against tonight in Lachlan Coote. They've just got so many strike players, Saints. Right, if you're defending your line, you're worrying about who's in front of you, who's outside you. Is there going to be an over-chase in defence from your teammate because there's a bit of panic that's setting in?
Leeds under pressure, and that Lomax coming up with a tackle like that. You're 42-0 up. There's a minute just over on the clock, and Lomax epitomises the Saints' effort here today. And Zeb Taylor might fancy a try. He gives the ball to Theo Fage. Fage, pass from him. Still going Saints, still driving towards the line. Costello plays the ball. Looking to round it off, maybe hit 50, Saints. Zeb Taylor.
Well, this result is even more remarkable when you think in 5 games Leeds had only let 74 in and they've got 42 against them at the minute.
Graham manages to get the pass away. It's going backwards, all the way backwards to about 30 metres out. Here's Bentley. Bentley straightens up through the middle. James Bentley, he gets the pass away, and Coote will get a try to add to all his goals. And Saints, well, they won't hit 50, but they're very close indeed. The kick to come from Coote. A try and 8 goals, is it, I think? St Helens extend their lead.
Well, playing off the offload from James Graham. You know, look at him. The ball goes back. You can see them resetting, trying to get back behind the ball to offer themselves. And Bentley, well, they went through and scored the opening 2 tries by just going through the middle of the field with Alex Walmsley and Graham. And Bentley, when he gets this, skips across. Again, it's just too easy. And the unselfish play and nature from Saints, giving the ball to Lachlan Coote, which will make it an easy conversion. And well, Christian Wolf, he can't believe what this scoreline is today. Neither can those fans who are sat at home.
And Lachlan Coote should make it 8 from 8. And 20 points for him in what is a record margin of a home defeat for the Leeds Rhinos. Nilled at home for the first time in Super League by an unstoppable, red-hot St Helens side, for whom this man, Regan Grace, has scored a hat-trick